Hey again. So this morning, today's video is going to be about the large currency transaction requirements in Antigua. So if you're coming from the US or Canada, I'm not sure about the regulations in England or Europe, but we're accustomed to, if you're making a deposit of $10,000 cash, right? Cash deposit of 10,000 or more, you have to fill out a large currency transaction. So the other day I sold some big ticket items, and as you know, I've been doing my little construction work here and there, and I had a loan, so I said, let me just use the money and pay off the loan. Now, mind you, this was a few thousand on the $10,000. And I've always heard my friends who were, doing other businesses complain about, they feel harassed. Now, these are local Antiguans. Feel harassed every time they go to the bank and make a deposit. Yes, I have a business account. Yes, I told when I opened the account, they normally ask around how much do you think you'll be doing in cash in transaction monthly. And you tick that off. You say around how much you're going to be doing in cash. However, every time you go to the bank, and you make a deposit, they're still requesting a large currency transaction when they already have on file the type of business that you're into, the amount that you'll be depositing in cash and checks, monthly or weekly, and every time you make a deposit, a sizable amount, they ask for a large currency transaction report. Now in the US, when you are in Canada also, when you already fill in this information, it's stored in the system, notes are on your account. So it makes doing business a lot easier. Not in Antigua, that doesn't happen. So because I had cash, yes, it's more than my normal amount for a deposit. So I kind of understand that. But for you to be going on and on and on and almost want to tell me you don't want to take the deposits because I didn't have an invoice for something under $10,000. Okay, let me be precise. It was $7,000. I now feel and understand why on the reports annually of doing business in Antigua, why they are the number that they are. Your customer. I understand taking the different precautions because you don't want to get a fine or you don't want to be out of compliance. But at some point, the manager who's on the front normally communicates with management in back office to give feedback, and I'm like, are clients not giving that feedback enough, or are they just venting when they're outside of the bank? Because I know I've heard it inside the bank. Is it that management, which I honestly see it a lot in Antigua also, when you go to the bank, it's like snail. I am coming from I was in retail banking for many years, and they time you and see how long it takes for you to process a transaction, because you don't want your clients to be standing in the bank when they could be outside making money to bring back to the bank. Not in Antigua. They will do a transaction. I sometimes look at the transaction that they're doing and I'm timing them in my head because I'm coming from that background, and I'm like, this person would have a few write-ups by now, because every time I come here, you move as if you don't want to be here. I'm not saying you have to rush through the and you know what else is happening? It's not like, because what I used to do in the bank is, if I'm taking my time with a transaction, I'm talking to the clients, I'm probing them, I'm seeing if there's any other product that I can offer them. Oh no, that doesn't happen. They're just doing that one transaction. They're not multitasking. One transaction. It could take them 5 minutes to do a deposit. Okay? I'm stoned. But like I was saying before I rambled off, please be aware of the fact that it's at the bank's discretion and the manager's discretion when they want to do a large currency transaction in Antigua. Don't come with the mindset that it's 10,000 and above, or just a little bit under 10,000, because some people try that game. And when I was in the bank, if I realized that you consistently always just go a little bit under 10,000, I would do a large currency transaction on you, because I'm seeing a pattern here. No, it's at their discretion. And even for checks, not only cash, checks. A check that has to go to another bank to clear, where the person, the payer, right, already verified where their funds are coming from. And if there was ever a discrepancy, a check is paper trail. You can trail that. But no. Checks also in Antigua, you have to do a large currency transaction report for they do. Okay, so just a little bit more insight on banking in Antigua. And I know one of my videos, we spoke about the different types of banks in Antigua. I haven't done a follow-up since, but we no longer have Scotiabank. It's now owned by ECAB, so we're down another bank. Royal Bank of Canada is leaving also. So let's see. The options are like getting less and less with international banks, which also I understand that, because coming from the banking world, I know that most of the banks were leery about doing business in particular Caribbean islands, certain Caribbean islands, and I'm going to say honestly, Antigua was on the list. So it's not profitable for doing business, because you can easily get fined an exorbitant amount of money if they find that it's coming through money laundering and stuff like that, fraudulent activities. Okay, so again, this was just a short snippet of an update of doing banking in Antigua. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to assist. And I can't say I'll be doing a lot of videos on Antigua right now, because I'm away. I have some business to take care of in the States, so I'll be here for a while. But again, it's a challenge. It's tedious. You can expect to spend. I went to the bank and I honestly spent an hour online waiting to get inside to do a transaction that took another 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm telling you, the struggle is real sometimes. As you can see, I got a nice tan when I was there. Yeah, I honestly missed all of that, but hey, life goes on. Have a great day. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.